So my name is Nishtha, as Catherine introduced, and I handle the communications and outreach at Maritime Research Center. I'm also involved in promoting an e-magazine that we run, which is called the UDA Digest. And a platform has over 140 articles, and on across the topics that are associated with underwater domain awareness, including blue economy, marine spatial planning, biofouling management, etc. So in my presentation today, I want to talk about, how communications has acted as a strategic pillar for the growth of Maritime Research Center. I think one of the major things that we look forward to and we do as part of the comms and outreach is that we want to make sure that we have a global presence and the credibility across the world, and for which we want to enhance MRC's national and international visibility through strategic digital engagement. We also want to strengthen the institutional credibility by consistently showcasing the research output of the work that, which is being spearheaded by the engineers at MRC, by the researchers at MRC, and the fellows and interns that we have. We also focus on the strategic network and partnerships. I think this forms a very core pillar of the reason why, us as an organization has been growing, is because we like to facilitate collaborations, and we have collaborations with the top level academic institutions of the country. At present, we have collaborations with industry partners and government agencies. And as part of the comms, we try to promote the webinars and arrange for these webinars and workshops so that we have more participation and support the capacity building by highlighting the internships and knowledge sharing opportunities that are there at MRC. Apart from that, we want to establish ourselves, and we've been able to establish ourselves as the thought leader amongst the community. And the community includes all kinds of stakeholders, including the coastal community as well. We promote interdisciplinary dialogue on emerging underwater domain challenges. I think this workshop, this webinar is a proof to that in itself, because in the previous two workshops that we did with our interns, we had students from technical institutions such as IIT and BITS Pilani. But this particular one is dedicated for the students who come from the liberal arts background. This in itself speaks about how UDA framework is an all-inclusive framework instead of just being very highly technical in nature. So that's something that helps in the strategic communication aspect as well. The other thing is we want to strengthen the research work that our team does on various topics, including blue economy, which is driven by Catherine herself, or geopolitics and IR is also one domain under which we have a lot of work, which is there on our website, which is there on our social media platforms as well. And as part of the communications, we try to broaden the digital engagement as much as possible. And the activities include that we have a lot of research articles and policy related articles on our UDA Digest platforms. We keep arranging a lot of webinars and expert lectures, and we do newsletters. We come out with different forms of multimedia activities, including the videos, the explanatory videos that we do, or the expert lectures that we have. Also, one thing that stands out for us in terms of the digital engagement is our social media presence at the moment. So we have a very strong digital presence at the moment, be it through the website that we have, or the social media platforms that we have, or the magazines that we have, or the various web pages that we have, which are dedicated to the repository of the research work that we do, the videos that we come out with. So all of this encompasses the outreach and the communication aspect, and acts as a strong pillar for the growth of Maritime Research Center. Besides, I have also worked on a project called the 100 Warriors Initiative, and I was encouraged by Dr. Commander Arnab Das to talk on the same and to speak about it. So 100 Warriors Initiative is part of, our community engagement and heritage driven aspect of UDA framework, and this has been crafted and developed by the Maritime Research Center. This is primarily designed to raise awareness about the sustainable ocean practices amongst the coastal communities and the water dependent communities. It covers three different stakeholders: the people who are from the coastal communities, people who come from the riverine communities, and the others who are whom we call as the water warriors. They're the ones who are water dependent communities. So these are the major focus of the 100 Warriors Initiative has always been to empower the youth of these particular communities, and it intends to introduce new employment avenues and achieve economic generation for the community, the coastal community and the riverine community, etc. So this in itself speaks for how UDA framework is not just just technical or scientific in nature. It is also very community friendly, wherein it wants to promote ways through which even people from these communities can come up, and they can also become part of the mainstream of the society, and they have the avenues of employment generation as well. So it benefits the fisherfolk communities in socio-economic, socio-political, and socio-cultural areas, this 100 Warriors Initiative, and it supports biodiversity by ensuring sustainable use of ocean resources. So this is brief about the 100 Warriors Initiative. There are a lot of material on the 100 Warriors Initiative that you can find on our platforms, on the digital platforms as well. So in this slide, I want to show you about the growing prominence and relevance of the work that we do. We have been, rising, we have risen in various sectors. So there's influence, we are trying to influence not just the local community, but the national and international community as well. And it is done through like these kind of platforms, these kind of dialogues that we arrange, wherein we have international organizations also who partner with us to become, a part of the research work that we do. And we do publication related collaborations as well. We've recently partnered with Springer Nature to come out with a research publication. In the past, we've done a special publication with ICWA, which is Indian Council for World Affairs. So this cross-sectoral influence is also something that has led to the growth of Maritime Research Center. Other than that, MRC is a very collaborative ecosystem. It promotes a very collaborative ecosystem because we have experts, we have fellows, we have students, interns, so many organizations, government agencies, and think tanks, international think tanks based in Japan, based in US, based in UK, who have partnered with us in the past, and they continue to partner with us to expand the knowledge partnership networks across the globe and talk about this concept of underwater domain awareness. Apart from that, the other reason is the digital footprint expansion. I think we're trying our best to, project our work in the best way possible across our social media platforms. And we've seen a tremendous growth in terms of the number of people who've been following us on our social media platforms, especially LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn has really stood out for us, and it has allowed us for a platform wherein we are reaching out to a lot of people, showcasing the work that we do, showcasing the partnerships that we have, and how we want to influence at the level of decision making, at the level of policy making. And this is done by strategic outreach and communication through regular content posting, through targeting the right kind of audience and engaging with the right kind of stakeholders. It involves a clear messaging that reaches the decision makers and influencer, and that is, has always been our driver of communicating to the world what we do, what is the research work that MRC does, etc. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. This is mostly what I wanted to speak about.